NFL Week 9 picks. Welcome in, team. But who the hell am I? That's who I am. Welcome to the winning team. You are welcome here. Like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Help me out, seriously. I'm almost at 100 subscribers. Thank you so much. I have like 2 friends, so I know it's not me. And the first game of the week we're going to talk about is the Baltimore Ravens, who without Lamar Jackson, who looked pretty good, 177 yards on the ground against the Bears, who have a pretty good defense, going up against the Dolphins, who also picked up a win against the Falcons, 34-10, shutting them down. I do want to note that the Falcons had some serious injuries at key positions. Still a little sick, sorry. Things sound weird. Nose is all clogged up. Anyway, they had 197 yards through the air, 141 rushing yards, and 24 first downs. They were consistent enough to continue to move the ball, and their defense was able to shut down a banged-up Falcons offense. I mean, when you look at those numbers, and I'm fairly certain that Lamar Jackson will be back. Give me the Ravens. That they're at. The Ravens are favored by 7. Give me the Ravens to win and cover. Up next, we got a division game in my division, so it really matters to me. We got the Minnesota Vikings, who I wish could win to knock them down a peg, but they're probably not gonna, against the Detroit Lions. You know what the Minnesota Vikings are really good at? Hurting quarterbacks. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that one out there. Carson Wentz is out for the year. J.J. McCarthy's probably coming back. He's shown one good quarter of football, and granted, that one quarter was amazing, all-star, legendary performance, but the rest has been very mediocre at best. And that defense has been not half as good as we thought it was going to be in the first half of the year. Meanwhile, the Lions coming off a bye week, and they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24-9 before that. 215 passing yards, 164 rushing yards. They only had 17 first downs, but they just really easily scored. And they shut down Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That game should have been a little bit closer had he not overthrown some people in the end zone. Baker Mayfield, I mean. But, I mean, they did shut down a top 5 team. I mean, give me the Lions at 8.5 negative. I mean, that's how much they're favored by. I'll take the Lions to win and cover. Carson Wentz is out for the year. I don't think J.J. McCarthy's fully recovered. And even if he is, he ain't stopping the Lions. They got Goff. They've got Raw. They've got Gibbs. Gibbs is just going to run all over them. And up next, we got the Broncos favored by 1.5 taking on the Houston Texans. 2 defensive teams that put on quite a good show. The Texans beat up the injured, reserved up San Francisco 49ers. I'm not sure what else to say about them other than they belong in a MASH unit somewhere. They've just got so many injured players. They managed to put up 318 passing yards, 157 yards on the ground. They were 9-16 on third down efficiency. That's just kind of incredible. With 23 first downs total. They really kicked butt. And I'm highlighting them because I want people to understand that the Broncos beat the Cowboys, and they were able to stop that offense. And that's good. And Bo Nix threw 4 touchdowns. That's good. But the Dallas Cowboys also have the worst defense of the league. So let's take that with a grain of salt. Tone it back a notch. You're still a top 10 team, but let's not get too carried away. Can Bo Nix repeat against a top 10 defense like the Texans? Give me the Texans and the points to win. I'm taking the Texans to just straight win, and I'm taking Texans the points of the spread. I don't think that they get so many yards, 475, but I do believe that they can shut down Bo Nix enough to keep themselves in it while beating up on teams with good defenses is something they've done, and they can continue to do so, and I believe they win 21-13. Yeah, give me the Texans. Maybe 21-19. And up next, we got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Green Bay Packers, who are favored by 12.5, and we're taking Green Bay all the way in to cover the points. 15-1-1 as we go to the Super Bowl. Green Bay, 360 passing yards, 94 rushing yards. Green Bay would it kill you to give me a 100-yard rushing game on Josh Jacobs? Just once this year, please. That's all I'm asking. 7.2 yards per play, 22 first downs. Our third down efficiency was not great because the first half was a little rough for us. Let's face it, the Steelers are not a horrible team, and Rodgers is a good quarterback. We were 5 for 12, and we had the possession of the ball quite a bit more. Meanwhile, Carolina lost to the Bills 40-9. That game was actually a little closer than people think. Carolina was able to move the ball a little bit. They had 19 first downs. That's not bad. They just could not capitalize on drives. You know who's also got a good defense? Green Bay. Green Bay, obviously, from an objective standpoint, is going to win this game, and they should be able to cover the points. And up next, we got the Chargers favored by 9.5 going against the Tennessee Titans. And how does it suck to be a Titans player right now? The Chargers went into Minnesota and just handled business. They have some injuries, not as bad as some other teams, but they've had some injuries, and they've been dealing with some things, and they brought it together. Minnesota has had a decent defense all year, so 37 points, 212 in the air, 207 on the ground. They just ran it all over them. 29 first downs. That's a lot. 9 out of 13 for third down conversions. They had 70 total plays. Their offense is just really good. I called at the beginning of the year Justin Herbert having an MVP season. That was the very first video I ever did on this channel, and I predicted them to beat the Chiefs. Getting a little excited here. Can't help it. It's football. Love it. Give me the Chargers to win. The Titans got really nothing going on, and they've been beaten down by lesser teams by a lot. Chargers should have the easiest game of the week. And up next, we got the Colts, who are somehow only favored by 3 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Looking at these spreads on the Fox Sports betting lines. In case you're wondering, the Colts had 164 rushing yards, and they have Jonathan Taylor, who I have been saying for weeks now, nay months now, is the best running back in the league. Indiana Jones gets a lot of credit. Finally, people are giving him his due. I've literally used Jonathan Taylor on like 3 thumbnails. Not that anybody watches these videos this long to know that, but if you're here, now you do. They had 256 passing yards, 21 first downs, and they held, well, the Titans to 14 points. The Steelers, on the other hand, they put on quite a good show in the first half against the Packers. Rodgers did look pretty good in that game. Let's be real. And they hurting at running back, which is the one key position you need in order to beat the Colts. You need to be able to run the ball and then shut down their run game. The Steelers have an okay run defense, but I don't see them running the ball very well. And the Colts are only favored by 3. Give me the Colts to win and cover. I don't see them losing. They're going to proceed to 8-1. The Steelers have gone from leading their division by a long shot to here soon, going to be somewhere in the middle. And up next, we got 2 teams that are coming off a tough loss. We got the San Francisco 49ers, who are favored by 2.5 points to take on the New York Giants. Here's a weird train of thought. The Giants are out Malik Neighbors, Anthony Johnson Jr., who is their safety, and Cam Skattebo. 3 players. How the 49ers wish they were them, with their plethora of injuries, numbering in the teens of people that are starters that are out, and the teens, again, of backups that are out. It is just crazy over there, and they're still favored because the Giants rely so heavily on certain key players, whereas the Niners, as an organization, just teach winning football, and their offense is kind of coming back. Give me the Niners to win. If the Giants had Skattebo, I'd say that they could keep pace, but I'm just not seeing it without him. I think Jackson Dart is something special, and he's going to just pop off next year, I think. But give me the Niners to win. I'm taking them with the points, to cover the points. I mean, the Giants are not a good enough team without those key players, whereas the Niners consistently keep games close and win games despite massive amounts of injuries. Give me the Niners to win a tough game, but they get the dub. And up next, we got the Patriots favored by 4.5 to take on the Falcons, who've got their set of injuries as well. And the Patriots have Drake freaking May. People are finally starting to put respect on his name. There's a whole ass video out about a month and a half ago or so about me saying it back then. Putting them in the top 10. Telling people what's up. They just beat down the Browns 32-13. Is the Browns getting 13 points against them surprising? No, but they have a top defense, and they put up 32 points. Drake May, 18 out of 24, 282 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Yes, he had 1 pick. He's not perfect, but he is really good. In the rushing department, Henderson picked up 10 carries for 75 yards, and May, 7 for 50. He does scramble. He is using his legs. And Stevenson had 14 carries for 34 yards, his first bad showing of the year. But the Browns do shut down the run game pretty well. The Falcons have injuries. They're very wishy-washy. Give me the Patriots to win, to cover the points. It's going to be a filled day for Drake May. It's going to be a highlight reel. Sorry, Falcons fans. Dirty Birds going down. And now we got the Bears favored by 1.5 coming off a loss to the Ravens against the Bengals, who lost to the Jets in a big-time comeback. Joe Flacco might not play. Trey Hendrickson is probably out. The Chicago Bears are prime to win this game. And if Caleb Williams is ever going to have another showing like he did against the Dallas Cowboys where he puts up touchdowns, this is your moment. Job on the line. Mr. Inconsistent. He's just drives me nuts. The Bears, though, defense should be able to shut down the Bengals, especially if they don't have Joe Flacco. He is day-to-day. He is older, so it's harder for him to recover. If he does play, he's going to risk serious injury. Give me the Bears to win. Cover the points. They're going to run the ball with Swift. I think they try to take the ball out of Caleb Williams' hands a little bit, and they slow down the Bengals' passing game by running a defense that centers around it, that 7-yard mark and back, where with faster linebackers, I could push up to stop the Bengals' rush game. And I've seen other teams do it, and that's how they win. And the Bears have a very good defense capable of doing this. Up next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, favored by 3, taking on the Raiders. Now, the Raiders have some injuries. Jacoby Myers is questionable. Brock Bowers is questionable. Lonnie Johnson is on the injured reserve. And Max Crosby is also questionable. Those are some key players. And I know they both needed that bye week pretty badly to kind of heal up and recover from things that have happened. But the Raiders are still starting Geno Smith. And the Jags beat the Chiefs. Yes, they have fumbled after that, but they have that potential in them. Give me the Jags to win and to cover the points. They should win this one 28-17. It should be a fairly okay game. Establish the run, force Geno Smith to pass, win the game. And then we got the Saints. And Spencer Rattler, the last 2 weeks, not looked good. Did really poorly. The Buccaneers are hurt on offense and shouldn't be able to score points, but they shut down the Saints. Then you get the Rams, who have a great passing offense. They have Williams running the ball really well. They have an amazing pass rush. They have a good secondary. Oh, and Puka's coming back. That's the thing. The Rams are favored by 13.5, and that's not nearly enough. Give me the Rams to win and to cover. Easy money. And up next, you got one of the hardest games to call. You got the Chiefs favored by 1.5 going to Buffalo. And this is going to be a game. Both of these teams, when you look at the stats, are right next to each other, except for one, run defense. The Bills' run defense is abysmal. And the Chiefs have been establishing the run game. Unfortunately, Isaiah Pacheco got injured. He's only questionable. He'll probably still play. If he does, that gives the Chiefs a big advantage. They can run the ball, and they can utilize a wide receiver set and play action and get Mahomes running as well and get that defense playing loose. But without him, this game is going to be hard to call. Now, the Chiefs were playing against the Washington Commanders. They had Marcus Mariota at quarterback. They didn't blow them out. In fact, Patrick Mahomes threw 2 interceptions against the Washington Commanders defense, against the Washington Commanders team that has not been impressive this year. And that doesn't bode well for them. They also lost to the Jaguars, who played out of their minds in that game, and are 4-3. They have been turning the season around. Meanwhile, the Bills have been suffering a few losses of their own and just went off the bye week and came back and crushed the Panthers 40-9. I want you to know, Josh Allen is 8-0 after the bye week now. That's a fact. I feel like the Chiefs should win, but I'm taking the Bills to win and to cover the points. Josh Allen and James Cook are going to get it done. They're going to run it on them, and they are going to get on top of Patrick Mahomes and not allow him to scramble for big yards and make crazy plays. They know what they're doing against the Chiefs. They play against them all the time. They go back and forth in their games. If you look back, it's Chiefs win, Bills win, Chiefs win, Bills win, Chiefs in overtime. It's kind of crazy. So give me the Bills to win. James Cook will be the deciding factor of this game. And up next, we got the Seattle Seahawks, who are only favored by 3 against the Washington Commanders. We just talked about the Commanders. They have Marcus Mariota, and he did not look great. He was running for his life, and he threw 2 interceptions. They did not score a lot of points. Their defense did okay. They picked off Patrick Mahomes twice, but they still only managed to get a few points. 7, actually. So, not a lot of faith. Meanwhile, Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks have just been blowing it up. JSN is a monster. I mean, they have a good run game. At some point, they're going to let Kenneth Walker score a touchdown or do more things. Give me Seattle to win and cover the points. I think the Washington Commanders in a hard way. Even if they get Jaden Daniels back, I don't see them winning. Even with Scary Terry and Debo back, it's not a big enough duo to take down the defense of Seattle and the offense that can keep up with big teams. Seattle should win and should be favored by more, and by the end of the week, they probably will be. Up next, we got the Cardinals going to Dallas, and the Cowboys, coming off a tough loss to Denver, are favored by 3. The Cardinals have kept a lot of games very competitive and against good defenses. The Cowboys have offense, and they have offense, and then they have some offense, and they wish they had some defense. So don't expect any sort of blowouts or big games for the Cowboys here. It should be reminiscent of games like against the Panthers or something like that. I am going to take... This is kind of a tough one, honestly, because I feel like the Cardinals are going to win this one. So I'm taking the Cardinals and the points. I'm taking the Cardinals to win, and I'm taking Cardinals and the points. It's kind of my upset. Dallas is going to score points. It's really going to fall upon, can the Arizona Cardinals defense stop them at all? How many times can they make them punt the ball? Because the Cardinals offense is not so great that they're going to keep scoring points, but the defense is pretty bad. So 31-27.